Let's go next to Donna in North Carolina, where I just was. Hi, Donna. Go ahead.
Hi, George. Hi, Linda. Hi. Listen, I need to talk with some experts. This happened to me in 2016, 2 years ago, 2016. Me and my buddy Larry that was with me, it was at night. It was on like a Thursday or something. It wasn't in the winter. The best I can get from it was like now, temperate weather. We're coming along at night down a 2-lane highway, state highway, out in the country. There's I look to my left, and there is this massive black triangle in the air. And let me describe it to you, because I have got on the internet and Googled and everything, and I can't find the same black triangle that I saw, okay? And I consider both of y'all experts, and maybe you can help me. But here's what I saw. For whatever reason, it was on my left side. I turned and looked over my left shoulder, and there it was. It was above a cleared field, and it was low as far as I'm concerned. It was 250 feet up. The field that it was hovering, that it was on above, was probably, I'd say 10 acres. Well, this thing, if you cut a black triangle out of that, this thing had to be at least 7 acres. That's what it looked like above.
Jeez,
all right.
Right, and it reminds me, your description reminds me of the 2-mile-long black triangle that was seen at twilight very clearly by a family of 5 people on March 13th, 1997, when there were all of those various phases of something in the sky, starting at 7 o'clock and going all the way to 10:30 over Phoenix in Arizona.
Yep.
And there were, not only were there the 5 people in the car with a father, husband, who had enough intelligence to see it and realize that he was on a straight course. It was going to fly right over the car. So he yelled to his mother-in-law and his wife, and he said, when I say go, start counting 1 steam engine, 2 steam engine for seconds. And when they did that, the father, who was an engineer, judged that what had just flown over their car was 2 miles long. Simultaneously, at approximately 10 minutes later, in another section of Phoenix, there were real estate developers who had just laid out the roads in a 1.8-mile-long subdivision. And this huge black triangle came, and it was moving slowly, and they could see from end to end that it was exactly the length of their new subdivision, which was 1.8 miles, very close to the 2 miles in the car. Well, anything in the sky, in the earth, that's 2 miles long, makes no noise, moves slowly, is not comprehensible to our physics.
No, not at all. Let's go back to Donna.
May I ask you something, please?
Yeah.
Okay, the reason why it's different from anything I've seen on the internet, and, okay, it was huge, granted, but the lights were not on the internet, my black triangle like that. We're going to say the nose of it was 1 point. The base of it was the other 2 points. Okay, there was 3 little round white lights, and they were at each point. There would be 3 lights, and they were forming a triangle. There was no light in the center.
Right.
And the way it was flying, it was, and it wasn't going fast. It was going about as slow as an escalator,
right,
step moves. Okay, but the way it was flying, the position, it was almost open palm. If you took the top of it, what I call the nose, the 1 point, and put it on 2 o'clock on a clock, and then have it go down. That's how it was coming, just right there at night. And I mean, people riding and seeing it. And the weird thing was, I never processed it. I mean, I knew I saw it. I even turned around and came back, and it had gone over the highway, I assume, and it was into some woods I couldn't see. It looked like it was going south, and south is Fort Bragg. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it or
Well,
not.
you never know. Well, hold on. We're going to let you react to that, Linda, when we come back. We're talking monsters on our next Coast to Coast program, plus those Friday night and the Saturday morning open lines at our holiday schedule. We'll be live for you all Labor Day weekend, right through next Monday and through the rest of the week. No holidays, no tapes. We're all live. And welcome back, Linda Moulton Howe. Linda, let's react a little bit to the Donna from North Carolina story about what looked like it could have been the same craft during the Phoenix Lights time period.
Well, the three she's talking about, if I understood correctly, a triangle of lights or a pattern of triangle lights at each of the corners of this big thing in I think it was in Phoenix and in most of the large triangles, and certainly in Belgium. It was always a large single light at each of the three corners. I wonder what the difference would be.
Do you think that's a propulsion system, too, those corner lights?
Well, it is an interesting question, and so much is unknown about them beyond the fact that 2 miles long, low enough for people in that car of the family of 5 that were counting seconds, that the mother-in-law in the back had a really clear view through her left window and could see lines and patterns in the bottom of this huge thing as it was flying over. So from their point of view, they were looking at something they thought was in the kind of metallic category with a structure, and that means they were close, and they still could not hear anything.